Okay, it's been a busy day. I've been out running around setting traps and snares and stuff like that for everything I can find. I've been setting them. I've been finding ground squirrel holes. I've been also finding snake holes, I think. There's a deer run back here where the deer go from where they hide in the woods during the day out to their feed a lot at night at dusk. So I set a deer snare out there. Hey, go big or go home. You know, what can I say? I've been setting all kinds of traps for all kinds of stuff. There's lots of critters around here, so hopefully I'm going to be able to catch something. But it's been a busy day. I've been keeping warm because I've been working so hard. I've used up pretty much everything I've got in that survival canister for setting snares and traps and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm done, and it's getting late in the day, starting to cool off. So again, as I said, my fire here burned itself out last night. It's gone. It's completely cold, so I got to start a fire again. Unfortunately, can't rely on the 9-volt battery and the steel wool. The battery, I pretty much killed it doing the last fire, and of course the steel wool, well, it's gone. So I got to come up with something else. So I got another trick for you. This is a bit of an old Indian trick. Bulrushes, also known as cattails. Now the nice thing about these is, if you find like a beaver pond or a swampy area where there's lots of bulrushes, if you pull them out, the roots on the bottom, you can cook them up and boil them and cook them and eat them just like potatoes, and they're actually pretty good. Lots of starch, lots of good stuff in it. So that's a good rib stick and kind of fill it up meal. You can easily eat the roots of bulrushes. But the tops of the bulrushes, if you pull them apart, it's really light, fluffy, and it makes great kindling to start a fire. Even when they're a little on the wet side, this one little bulrush will blow out into a really big pile of stuff that I can use to start a fire. And so I can use that. And of course, one of the other tricks is, of course, I don't go anywhere without my hand sanitizer. These days, with swine flu and everything else, you can't be too careful. You got to have your hand sanitizer with you. I don't care if you're peeing behind trees in the bush. That's no reason to throw hygiene out the window. You got to have your hand sanitizer with you. Now, you got to remember, this stuff is alcohol based, so it burns really well. So I can use this to help that start a fire pretty efficiently. You don't want to be shy with a hand sanitizer. You know, we're not trying to clean up here. We're just trying to start a fire. So let's see what happens. Takes a little while. Gotta start with the small stuff. Of course, you never lay the twigs flat on top. You need air to circulate through, so you kind of pile them up like a teepee. That's pretty basic fire starting stuff anyway. Better put this away. Don't want it to blow up in the fire. So there you go. Starting fire with a bulrush and hand sanitizer. The nice thing is, I can use this as a torch. really need a torch right now. Okay, I've got my fire going. I've got some firewood collected, so I should be able to keep this fire going and get me through the night. And once I get some good firewood on this and know that it's going to go for a while, so I can kind of leave it alone, I'm going to have to go out and before it gets dark, do one more check of all my traps to see if I caught anything. When you set snares, you got to make sure you check them real regularly, like every few hours, because the last thing I want to do is set a snare and go catching something and then have some other animal eat it instead of me. I'm trying to catch stuff so I can eat it, not something else. So I think I'm going to go check my snares, see if I got lucky today. Wish me luck.